Alright lads, so today we are here to find out who has the best special animations in Bleach Rebirth for Souls. We have over 33 characters to rank, so let's just jump straight into it. So first up we have Shuhei Ichigo. Now one unique thing about this character is that his reverse action actually changes the animation a small amount. So having his first Keycon move, nothing special is going to happen here for the most part. We get a little charge up, 360 into a slash down. Pretty simple for a simple character that is Shuhei Ichigo. However, if we go ahead and activate our reverse action, you can see Zangetsu appear behind him. And if we then go ahead and use our Keycon move once more, we get the same charge up, but Zangetsu appears behind. It's a really cool shot, and then it ends up the same way. Now, the similar thing can be seen when he does activate his Bankai. If we have a look at his basic Keycon move here, pretty cool looking pose. We have a flash step into a flash step into a slam down. It looks good. I like it. However, if we go ahead and once more use our reverse action, it does activate our white hollow mask. And that pose in of itself is a lot more cool looking. And this animation just looks a lot better when it is done by white taking control. Once our spirit drive is activated though, we can go ahead and activate our finisher. A familiar attack which we do let off against Byakuya. Here we go. Old man Zangetsu, let's charge it up. Looking straight ahead. Nice little zoom in into a break against Byakuya. Now this might come as a surprise, but I feel like I want to put Ichigo in S tier. Again, he's one of the only characters in the game that get different variations of the Keycon move, whether you have or haven't activated your reverse action. And I think the half hollow mask adds a lot more charm to this character, so I actually think he's one of the better ones in the game. Next up, we have Bankai Ichigo. So starting off, let's have a look at his first Keycon move. Nice little zoom in into a charge up of the Getsugan. I think I like the sound effect more about that. We don't really get to see the aftermath all too much, but the sound effects do a big selling point on that Keycon move in all honesty. Now the Keycon move itself stays the same once he does actually awaken, but it looks a lot cooler with the mask on, I will be honest. And having the hollow voice on too, I think that's actually pretty cool. When our spirit drive is activated, let's have a look now and see what we are working with. Similar pose. Charging up the Getsuga. I love that animation already. We are definitely going to get a rewind on that. I like the spark he has on his eye. That's really cool. That's really cool. But remember, this version of Ichigo does have a reawakening where we activate full hollow. So now let's have a look at his full hollow Keycon move. Oh, love that. The Gran Ray Serum. With the heavy metal background music too, it does so much for the character. We're definitely going to get a replay on that. Nice little zoom in. Iconic pose. That's really cool. However, there's one more unique thing about Full Hollow Ichigo is that his Keycon move will actually change if you are using it against Ulquiorra. So let's have a look at it now. Okay, he's charging up. Similar animation. However, now we get the slash down. Standing on his face, point blank. Gran Ray Serum into a really cool zoom out effect where we see the ultimate impact of that particular attack. Now, I'm not going to put every character in S tier, but I think this Ichigo does deserve it. The animations are really cool, and he gets bonus points for having a different Keycon move if you use it against Ulquiorra. Next up, let's have a look at Rukia. So she has two Keycon moves, and her first Keycon move is the same whether you are or aren't awakened. So what we are looking at here, nice, iconic attack. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. However, if our fighting spirit is max, it is going to change into Hakuren. Nice. Okay. Soren Sokatsui, that's cool. Not crazy, but it's cool. It's cool. For Rukia, though, I'm going to put her in B tier. I think her animations are cool, but it's not really that flashy, which is expected from just a base Shika Rukia. Following up Rukia, we have Renji. Let's check out his first Keycon move. Nice little zoom in. Slam down on Szayelaporro. Little slow-mo effect. Okay, I'm liking it. It's alright. Once more, nothing crazy, but it's alright. But remember, one of the special things about Renji is that he does have his giant Bankai. Now, we have to manually activate the Keycon move from his soul break. So here we go. Let's have a look at it. Go off, Renji. Slam down. Nice little close-up. Here we go. He's about to eat me. Hold on. It's cool. It's different. Again, we don't have many giant Bankais, so I'll give that a decent rating. And that decent rating is B tier. Next up is Chad. Let's see his first Kikon move. Little zoom in onto the fist. You know the fist is coming out. He's charging it up. He's punching the screen. Man was about to punch me. That was pretty decent. I mean, it's just a punch, but for what it was, pretty decent. Having a look at his second Kikon move. What are we working here with Chad? Barge forwards. Really cool charge up there. Chad ain't playing around. He isn't here to lose. It's pretty good. I like the charge up to it, but I feel like it's lacking that impact that we saw when he used it against Gantenbane. With that in mind, they're going to put him in B tier. I feel like had that second Awaken move actually had the final impact frame, that would have been a lot more cooler, and maybe would have pushed him into A tier. All right, first Awakening move for Uryu. Let's have a look. Charging it up. Teleports in front. Charged it back into a cool close-up. That's pretty decent. For a simple shot, that's pretty decent. However, if we go ahead and Awaken, the move itself, of course, is going to change. I think he's taking out Neil Schneider. Oh, nice little teleport behind. Nice. Bro, we see the fit. Man's aura farming. Okay, I like that. That's actually pretty cool. Nice little end animation to it as well. Uryu, however, is another character that kind of reawakened. So let's see what we are working with. Let's steal. I've been waiting for this. Man did it in the air. Charge it up. Grab it. Pull the string back. Nice. I like it. I actually unironically preferred the last one, to be honest. But I mean, no matter what, let's do its course. I'm glad this was included. I think that was some pretty solid performance from Uryu using his Quincy abilities. With that in mind, we're going to put him in A tier. Everyone's favorite Yoruichi is up next. Really like the kick animation for activating the Kikon move. Nice little zoom in. To be fair, most of the animation there is just her smiling. The attacking of itself is done afterwards, so it's not super cool in terms of the animation, but I do like the finishing effects. Upon awakening, however, Yoruichi's Kikon move does change. So what are we looking at here? Slam down. I mean, they know what they're doing with the animation here. Some jiggle there. Again, funny enough, most of Yoruichi's animations here are just zoom-ins. We're really just looking at Yoruichi, not complaining, and the attack itself is kind of like the after effects. I kind of hate to do this. Maybe I'm being biased towards Yoruichi. Maybe I'm being too strict. I don't know, but I'm going to put her in B tier. Maybe it just comes from what I want to see in Kikon moves. Most of her attacks here are just the after effects, with the animation mainly just being her talking. Some might say I'm crazy for putting her too low, but some might even say I'm too crazy putting her this high, considering that, again, she's just kind of talking. Of course, Kisuke is going to follow Yoruichi. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure I know what this one is. Nice. Ooh. Wait, what? Oh, damn. That's different. I actually wasn't expecting that. I guess Kisuke is another character that has a different animation if you are specifically attacking Aizen. Because the normal animation should be something like this. Which is kind of funny because this movie only does against Aizen, and it's kind of funny that you can't get it off against Aizen because they play a Siu animation. But yeah, that one's cool. It's one of Kisuke's coolest moves in my opinion, so I do very much like that. And if we go ahead and awaken, let's see what our next Kikon move is going to be. Unfortunately, Ichigo is going to be the sacrifice here. Senju Koten Taiho. I like the zoom in there, and the sound effects were actually pretty cool. Kisuke put on some solid performance here. And with that performance in mind, Kisuke is going to be going into the A tier, right above Uryu. Next up, we have Shinji. Here we go. Putting on the mask already. How greedy. Not point blank, but nice POV shot of the Cero coming his way. And bonus points for actually putting on the mask. It always looks cool when Shinji has it on. Going into the awakened Kikon move, though. Mask is already on. We're awakened. We're taking it off, never mind. Kind of makes sense. It's the opposite of what this character does, right? He's kind of all over the place. That's really cool. He's upside down. He's charging at him. Attacks from behind, but he's in the front. That was really cool looking. Even though he only has 2 like most characters, I think he has a lot to offer. And I really do like that awakened Shikai Kikon. So with that, I'm putting him in S tier. Aizen apparently seems to be our test dummy for a lot of characters because next up, we have Yamamoto. Not using his Bankai, but he doesn't need to. Nice, cool transition. Iconic pose. I think the animation was a lot better than the after effect there. But that's okay because now we are awakened. And Yamamoto's awakening actually has like this really cool flame effect at the bottom. I like the look of it. Here we go. What's Yamamoto going to do here? Didn't even need to flash step towards him. He's got Aizen. Flames just taking over your screen. Nice cool end effect to it. I'm liking that. Solid performance from Yamamoto. We're going to put him in A tier. Next up, we have Soifun, and we have no Barragan to test her Keycon moves on it. So instead, it's going to go towards Aizen. So first Keycon move. Kick. Jumps back. Charges up the fist. And makes for a pretty cool punch, I will be honest. But of course, the main thing about Soifun is her Bankai, which actually takes more Konpaku than usual. So flash step into a slash. Activates the Bankai. Nice. Just like the anime. You gotta love to see it. That's really cool. And then point blank. Nice explosion effect. POV. I really like what Soifun has to offer here. And with that, it's a very easy A for Soifun. Gin is coming in next with his Keycon move against Aizen. Let's go ahead and see it. He's charging it up. He's hiding it. Comes out super quick too. Very much do like that. When Gin awakens, does the animation change? Let's find out. Looks like it does. He doesn't far away, damn. Nice little zoom up. Oh, nice effect on the eye. Swipes across and then continues to do multiple swipes there. That's really cool. And ironically, I think the selling point there was the focus on Gin's eye with his pupil actually retracting too. But when the fighting spirit is max, let's have a look at it. Flash step behind, charge it up. Flash steps down. Retracts the blades. And then just puts it straight back into him. That's really funny. I like it. I like it. Gin's abilities are very simple but flashy nonetheless. So with that in mind, we're going to put him in A tier. Everyone is getting their payback on Aizen. So next up, we have Izuru. Put on a show, lad. Let's see it. Okay, zoom in. Pretty cool twirl. He's doing 10 ran. For an attack that is that, it's just a Kido attack, 10 ran. It actually looks kind of cool. But Wabisuke has now officially been activated, so let's see this. It was quite brutal in the mangas and the anime, so here we go. Aizen's on his knees. It's on his head. Look at a POV show, oh my god. Izuru is looking evil. I very much did like that, I will be honest. This might come as a surprise, but I'm actually putting Izuru in S, just because of how cool it is for a character that is just Izuru. Definitely didn't expect to see cool animations like that, even when he's just using Tenran. Next up, let's have a look at Byakuya. Here we go. He's gonna stun Ichigo with a Kido effect, activate the Shikai, and a well stunned just sends a bunch of petals. It's quite creative in all honesty. However, when we awaken and have access to our Bankai, this is what our Keycon move is looking like. No need to stun him this time. Senbon Zaku coming out. Really cool pose. Nice sudden boom sound effect. Very much do like that one. When it comes to his final Keycon move, an iconic move that he does against Ichigo. So it's very cool to see both Ichigo and Byakuya have very similar attacks. Damn, that's a great reveal. Okay. I like the sound effect, and we just straight pushed them back. Very similar to how Ichigo did it. Honestly, it's hard for Byakuya not to look impressive, so with that in mind, we're going to put him in A tier. And I think at this point, I really need to start putting characters below B. Yo, Sajin is actually really tall, but Keycon move coming up. Big Wolfman himself. He's charging up. He's feeling the weight. Who's coming down is Tenken, and that was really cool. You really do feel the power behind that. We've gone ahead and awakened, so now let's have a look. Slammed down. Kaname is getting sent flying back. The Bankai. Really crazy that we get to see it. Slam down, baby. I like the slow-mo effect, honestly. I mean, Sajin's Bankai is very simple, but I feel like they did a good job with it. I think with that in mind, I'm going to put it in A tier. Again, I feel like I'm putting everyone super high. And right now, I can't believe Yoruichi is the lowest, but I think Sajin looks cool. You really do feel the weight behind those attacks. The soon-to-be head captain Shunsui's first Keycon move is going to look like what? Let's see it. Slash down. Little slow-mo turn. Into the close-up. I like the finishing part of that attack, but it is very simple for a character like Shunsui, just him spinning around and slashing. But when we go ahead and awaken, the attack we are now doing is little twirl, backs up. Okay. It's cool. I like it. However, I might be strict on this one, but I don't think we're seeing enough of Shunsui's shadow powers, in all honesty. And in this case, I don't think we're seeing the best that Shunsui has to offer here. I was kind of expecting more shadow stuff. While I'm not going to be too strict on this factor, but he doesn't even have a unique animation to start. Maybe if he did and that incorporated his shadow powers, that would have maybe pushed him up into A tier. But I feel like for as cool as Shunsui's powers are, that is the reason why I'm putting him so low. It's Kaname's time to shine. His Keycon move up against Kenpachi. Teleports, activates his Shikai, or uses an ability. And then it slashes in front. I like the shot of it. I think that makes for a pretty cool shot. Still frame even. When awakened, does it look any different? Let's find out. Seems to be. Walks past him. Kenpachi hasn't even realized. That was kind of cool. Simple slash, but the way he does it is actually quite impressive. When Kaname's meter is then maxed, what are we looking at here? Straight onto Kenpachi. He's talking about justice. He's never not talking about justice. And send something at him. Maybe I'm not too familiar with Kaname's game. That didn't feel that cool for a finishing attack. To be fair, not a lot of characters do get 3 different Keycon moves, so him having that is, I guess, kind of cool. However, that final one doesn't really do the character justice, so with that in mind, we're putting him in B tier. Let's go, Shuhei. Up against Kaname right now. Let's see what this character has to offer. Goes invisible through the smoke, and then comes back down and slams. Quite excessive, but does the job. Bro did all that for something that he can do normally. A quick slash downwards. While awakened, let's see what we have here. Nice little slam down. Sends the blade forward, brings it back. Ooh, I liked the look of that. That was quite impressive. Once more, like the slow-mo. Now, I will be honest, I do want to put this character higher because that finishing attack was actually really cool looking. But basing off the whole character's Keycon moves, his first and also second one, the first one wasn't that impressive. So I am going to put him at the top of B tier. Toshiro vs. Halibel. Let's see his first Keycon move. Runs towards you, get that nice little after effect of Yorimaru. Really cool zoom out. Like that. And the after effect was also pretty cool. And this is before the character even awakens. So that was just a Shikai. When we do awaken though, what are we looking at here? Okay, zoom in on his face before we even get into the animation. That makes sense. I actually like that. We don't really get to see him go through Halibel, but it kind of works. And going into his final Keycon move. Let's have a look. Zoom in on the face. Okay. I'm liking it. Missed effects. Halibel don't know what's going on. She's taken over by the ice. Oh, that's a really good finisher, I will be honest. It's still going. And then it blows up. Pretty good one. Pretty good one. I like that. So pretty good job that Toshiro does have 3 different Keycon moves, unique ones at that. All 3 right from the show. Very iconic. Very memorable too. So with that in mind, since they did do the attacks justice, we're putting that at top of A. We are now getting into the Espada territory. So first up, we have Szayelaporro. Let's see what we are rocking with here. I like the facial animation that he did just there. His Fraction spawning and they just punch us in the face. Damn, okay. Kind of funny considering that, again, Szayelaporro doesn't really do much. For the awakening, how different is it going to look? Because surely he's not going to use his Fraction to attack once more. We eat up Mayuri. We spit out a puppet of Mayuri. What are we taking today? We took something. His tendon. Achilles tendon. That's pretty cool. I do very much like that. But one of the better parts about this second Keycon move that he does have is that every time it can be different. And it really depends on what he takes. So what are we taking here? We took something different. Pretty cool. And depending on the animation that we do get, depends on how many Konpaku we do take. So it is kind of random. This one we're taking something that clearly he doesn't like here. So that's like really funny. We took 2 Konpaku there. Now, Szayelaporro was already off to a good start, but it gets even better for those that aren't aware, because if we do use our Keycon move against any other character in the game, the puppet that does appear is different every time. Or it's different to represent the character we are attacking. So they did actually create 33 different puppets just for Szayelaporro's animation here. So again, just attention to detail that you appreciate. Very, very much do like that. So just from the attention to detail alone, this might come as a surprise, but we are going to put him at the top of S tier. The attention to detail definitely can't go underappreciated. And I also love the fact that every time you do use a Keycon move, depending what he takes out of the puppet, will determine how many Konpaku you do remove. Probably one of the more unique characters when it comes to animations in this game. Continuing on with the Espada, next up we have Ulquiorra. Let's see what we're working with here. Nice little slash into a Cero. Very simple. Honestly, does the job. Now, with that, of course, Ulquiorra does have his Resurrection. So let's see how this changes it up. His eyes are now glowing. Oh, does a nice little twirl. Throws the lance. That's really cool. And has a nice after effect as well. But does the animation change if our fighting spirit is at max? Seems like it does. Does another Cero, so that's nice to see. Nothing super crazy, but another animation nonetheless. And then after that, we have our Reawakening, so we get to do another attack here. Similar starting pose, but that's definitely new. Here we go. Oh, nice little Somo effect. Decent after effect, but that was still cool nonetheless. But just like for Hollow Ichigo, we also have another character with a unique animation if you do this against Ichigo. So we grab him by the tail, grab him with the tail by the neck, and a Cero point blank right in the chest, which is what caused the full Hollow activation. So again, really cool attention to detail, unique animations depending on who you are attacking. In this case, honestly, Ulquiorra has a lot going for him. Multiple different animations, multiple different attacks, and unique ones if you are going against Ichigo. With that, easy S tier. Not an Espada this time, but we do have Nelliel. Let's use her first Keycon move here. Charges at Nnoitra, jumps off him, and then proceeds to kick down. Just a simple kick, but I do like the animations for it. When we're awakened, surely the animation's going to change here since we are now a horse or a centaur. Pretty cool effects. Throws the lance. I like that iconic move. And then when our fighting spirit is maxed, let's see what we have here. So charge right at Nnoitra. Don the Chakra and Peshe appear. They're shooting straight into her mouth, and she's reflecting that into a more powerful attack. And it has a very long effect at the end too. I think that's a really cool attack, and a great way of making one of Nelliel's unique abilities actually practical. Don't really have much to say about Nelliel. I think all of our animations were cool. Top of 8 here. Now we have the new Espada number 3, that being Halibel. Her first Keycon move is going to be charging right at Oshiro. Turns the blade, gets a nice little light effect, and then lunges at them. Quite simple. It's effective. I like it. Now that we're awakened, how different is the animation going to be? Let's find out. Teleport, shoots them. Okay. And then lunges right at them. And it's kind of like a water attack. I kind of like the after effects of it more than the actual animation. And then for our final Keycon move, should be one of our more important iconic attacks, right? Okay. Oh, wait, she turned it. Nice little zoom in. And it sends the water down. I like it. Although I feel like we're missing the slash down that she normally does do. But kind of cool that we do actually get the higher ground automatically just from that animation. I thought overall Halibel's animations were pretty decent. I was honestly more impressed by the after effects of the attacks. So I think with that in mind, we're kind of just going to put it at the top of B. Kenpachi's up next. We're going back to the Soripers. Let's see his first Keycon move while the eye patch is still on. Turns around, slams down. That's Kenpachi, like it makes sense. Can't ask for anything more. However, when the eye patch is off, what are we looking at here? He's smiling. He's smiling. Same animation, just without the eye patch, unfortunately. And then when it comes to our final attack, let's see what we have here. We know what it is. He's putting the second hand on the blade. It's time for some kendo. I love the smile effect. It's a slash. It's cool. I love that they included the kendo attack nonetheless. Unfortunately, though, in this case, I'm going to do something maybe surprising. We're putting Kenpachi into C tier. I think in this case, he doesn't have a unique animation against Nnoitra. No matter who he's up against, he does kendo. Maybe it would have been a lot more cool if the kendo attack was saved strictly for Nnoitra. And I also kind of don't like that pre-awakening and awakening after he takes off the eye patch, all he does is a slash for a Keycon move. Maybe if he had a quarter attack that just had multiple slashes, or even just flexed his aura, did the slice that he does when he takes off the eye patch, that would have been cool. Once more similar to Shunsui, I feel like there's a lot more this character could have offered, and we kind of don't get that with this Keycon move. Rangiku, show us what you got. We're putting against Halibel because no Fraction is playable. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. I do remember her doing that in the anime. While we're awakened, how does the animation change now that we are using our Shikai? Lunge right at them. Maybe it could have been a bit cooler, considering that our blade is now awakened. Kind of the same animation. But it happens, not every character does get access to 3 different Keycon attacks. So let's finish up here with the finale. Nice. Liking the angle there. That was cool. Quite fast, though, to be honest. I maybe wanted more time with that animation. We're going to put our B tier at the bottom. I don't really have much of an opinion on those animations. They were kind of just... okay, middle of the barrels. Only a few more Sorbers left to go because next up we have Ikaku. Now, I have seen Ikaku's, and I am a fan of them, I will be honest. Really love the almost like, what, 180 with the blade wrapping around the character's neck. But the question is, how is that going to change once we now do Awaken with our Bankai? Slam down. Grabs the blade. And just spins it around. That's pretty cool. But when our fighting spirit is maxed, does the animation change whatsoever? Let's find out. So same startup. It does change though. And his Okimaro automatically fills up. Pretty cool. And we just lunge right at Ichigo. I like it. For me right now, I'm going to put him at the top of B tier. For as simple as his Bankai is, I feel like did a pretty good job. Very much do like that Shikai attack though. Mayuri is the last captain we have to showcase today, so here we go. Let's check out the first Keycon move. Grabs him by the neck, POV shot, and just assuming is cutting off his head. I like that. Our Bankai is now activated. We can't see Ashisogi Jizo, but he is here somewhere. How does that change our animation right now? Well, there he is. Blades out and all. Mayuri's just talking, and it kind of just slams on the opponent. And it's kind of cool that Ashisogi Jizo kind of just still remains on the field too. But going into his final Keycon move, here we go. Up against a awakened Szayelaporro. He's already got the potion out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's not looking good for Szayelaporro. The blade's going straight towards him. Love the POV. It's quite long, to be fair. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Although, if we go ahead and do it again, but this time to Szayelaporro that isn't awakened, I believe it would be the same for every character here. I believe you actually get to see their face. Yeah, so it's like, it's going to the eye. In the anime, it was into the hands. He's doing it straight into the eye. That is crazy. And honestly, with that in mind, I'm putting Mayuri in S tier. I liked all his animations, and I think the finisher is one of the coolest ones in the game. Kai and Shiba is up next, up against Rukia. Let's check out his first Keycon move. I'm very well aware of what he does do here. It's a Kido attack. Very simple, but I actually do like the animation for it. I really do like the close-up. We've seen other Kido attacks in this game. I think here's one of the more impressive ones. When he awakens, unfortunately, it doesn't change all that much. However, once our fighting spirit is maxed, we do get a different attack. I like the swinging of the Zanpakuto toe. Nice little 360. And slams the water down. Do like that, although I am biased, I will be honest. Even with that in mind, I would say around B tier, I mean, Kain doesn't really do much. Most of the attacks that we do see come from Kain was many done through Arrancar. With that in mind, I think around here, it's just simple attacks. I think for what he has to offer, though, they did the character semi-decent, although bonus points would have been given if the Arrancar skin did have a different Keycon move. Grimmjow is our next character. Here we go. First Keycon move on the way. Runs right at them, slashes into a Granite Ray Zero. Really do like that. And I like the after effect too. When it comes to his awakening, let's see how it goes. He looks excited. Similar attack at the start, but jumps up and then slams down. I remember that moment in the anime and manga, so I do like that attack. And then when our fighting spirit is at maxed, we know what the finishing move is about to be. Here we go. Great start. Zoom out. I like it. It's quite short. I kind of want to see more of that, but it's still a core attack nonetheless, and I think they did a pretty decent job. They could have done better, but they did a pretty decent job. And with that in mind, I'll probably put Grimmjow near the middle of A tier, just above Kisuke, just below Byakuya. Up next, we have Nnoitra, one of my favorite Espada. So first Keycon move. I like the zoom in on his face. Jumps up into the sky, and then slams down. Okay, decent, decent. Making good use of his Zanpakuto there. When awakened, now that we have 4 arms, how different is it looking? I like the charge up to it. Similar. It's basically the same animation, but now he's got 4 arms, so I guess it's double as effective. We now have access to 6 arms. Nnoitra about to activate his finisher. Here we go. Similar startup. Lunges right at them. Multiple slashes. And that final slash being slow-mo too, really do like that. The furiness of his attacks is kind of maybe what I was expecting with Kenpachi, in all honesty. In this case, Nnoitra is going to go in A tier, right above Yamamoto. The final Espada, yet the first Espada. Here we go. Teleports right in front of them, changes the gun into a bunch of Zeros. Oh, okay, I like that. I maybe would have liked it more if the attacks themselves were seen during the animation, but nonetheless a pretty good one. While awakened, we dropped the guns. While awakened, we dropped the guns, now wielding 2 swords. How different is the animation going to be here? The wolves are coming in. Nice. Sends them right at you in a first-person shot. Maybe the after effect could have been a tad bit better, but I like it. And then his final attack, albeit it technically isn't his final attack, but his animation does change if he has no Konpaku left available. The wolves themselves are tied to his Konpaku, so in this case, you're no longer attacking with the wolves because you have no more. So instead, we just get a slash down. For some reason, we didn't have any dialogue there. Let me try that again. I think Starrk looks alright. Nothing super impressive. Maybe in this case, top of B tier. Although I feel like I'm underselling the character a tad bit. Only 2 more characters left to go. Next up, we have Aizen. Let's see what this character has to offer. And he's probably going to have a lot to offer here because he has a lot of different forms. So first one, we have the slash down. I think this resembles the past arc. I do like it. I do like it. After a while, we do go ahead and awaken. How different does this change his Keycon move? Let's find out. Now, you're not in this form for too long. Seems to be the same animation. Fair enough, to be honest. Fair enough. At least you get to see the model, which does look pretty cool. When we awaken, though, how different does it look now? Again, I love the character design here. Oh, we're walking. We're flexing that spiritual pressure. Bro, squishing me too. It just goes on his knees. Oh, my God. Aizen, please. It's a long one. It's a long one. I mean, it does the job. It's a slash, but it's mainly just him flexing this spiritual pressure. After a very long time, Aizen can then reawaken. In this case, the final attack we are going to see here. Here we go. He's enchanting him. I love this effect. This is so cool. Oh my God. I love the POV shot and the close-ups. It's not looking good for us right now. Look how many hits there are. Damn, that is so sick. What an amazing finisher. And with that in mind, I think all his animations do look quite good and are very intimidating for a character like Aizen. But that finisher is one of the best in the entire game. Hado 90, super cool charge up. The fact that he said all of the enchantment is really sick. And even the after effect was really impressive with the amount of times it does hit you. With that in mind, easily just from the finisher alone almost, Aizen is going to go at the top of S tier. Now for our final character, we have Dangai Ichigo, who unfortunately I do not own just yet. I've not actually finished the 20-hour-long story mode, but his Kiko moves are quite simple. It's just him doing a slash. You barely even see the slash, but every time you do activate a Kiko move, he has a really cool reaction. Like, Ichigo really does look like he is sick of this fight, which he does say to Aizen, but the main thing that we are going to see here is the ultimate finisher. Ichigo becoming Mugetsu himself. The final Getting Attention. The theme song starts playing. It's super climactic. He's charging it up. Super slow. Probably the longest finisher in the entire game. And warrants a final attack like that. Takes away all 8 Konpaku. And while we don't really speak about it, the end animation is also really cool as well. But man, did this game do a really good job at the idea of final Getting Attention. The theme song just does so much work for it, I will be honest. So with that, we'll make it a whole new tier for this character because he is super special. That finisher is easily one of the best in the entire game. I'm more of a Full Hollow fan, but this almost made me a Mugetsu fan. At least over Full Hollow. So with that, Ichigo Easy SS. A whole special tier just for him. And as a whole, this is what my ranking is currently looking like. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with any of the placements. And I'll see you lads next time. Take care and peace.